I'm Nate Nichols, and my family came from Jamaica in the 70s. 13 years old, I'll never forget the sounds of the buckles, straps, and buttons on my football equipment. The 3-week-old cut grass smell ran wild through the air as my teammates and I gathered in a circle for a helmet-classing session of post-practice bull in the ring. You see, I had two problems growing up. I was hella small, but I loved big challenges. So of course, Coach put a human twice my size in the ring with me, and of course, I stood taller than I actually was, kept myself low, and smacked him full force. When I rose, my head was ringing because I just threw my mind, body, and soul at another human full force, and because cheers, laughter, and excitement, I had flipped the giant. And in this moment, for the first time, I went from being underestimated to respected. A common theme through this wicked life for my family, my foster family, and me, us all. Beverly's piercing falsetto grew more distant every second, every day, and every week until 2 years old, reunited. Harold, my father, hasn't shared a breath over a phone call, a secret handshake, or a talk on how to go from 0 to 100 real quick with the ladies ever. Hashtag forgotten fathers. Her agony and joy became mine, a streak I never shared out loud because I looked around and saw nothing or no one to share a single emotion with. I couldn't be weak in my Jamaican household, and I couldn't be weak in the streets where I befriended those boys from across town, repping their sets and pushing their packs. Hashtag be strong. Alone, another theme of my childhood, teenage, and adult life. I can still feel the cold blade on my right cheek, a helpless boy faced by his helpless mother, helpless beings trying to exist in a helpless world. Hashtag trapped. What does a boy do when trapped? He seeks, he creates, he lives. We're left to be raised by idealized, romanticized icons, praising the 2-3 Michael Jordan, attempting to perfect our moonwalk and tenor tones to achieve Michael Jackson heights on American Idol, writing rhyme after rhyme, bars in our Mead notebooks, erasing the fiction-filled tales of childhood novels, replacing the mental space with Jay-Z stardom. Well, here I stand. Here we stand, creating, living. We stand still, navigating a world of glass half-empty gazes, faced with short, broken glass shards of promises to swallow, a country for the people, by the people, who have seemed to have forgotten about us people. Hashtag forgotten few. You see, I've slept on a mattress with no bed frame, no headboard, just a mattress on the floor of a dark, dingy warehouse with no shower, no kitchen, and barely any sunlight, invisible to the world, the government, family, friends, and society. Hashtag forgot myself. But I still fought. Far from freedom, far from fearful, stepping up to every circumstance and challenge with a stern face and a fist, a mental toughness that's innate in all of us forgotten few. We are the hope for the hopeless, hashtag forgotten few. Here we stand, the forgotten few, together, while our infinite numbers of brothers and sisters are fighting their societal projections, exhausted on their last leg and breath every day, where ignorance is a burden and glimmers of hope come from hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Backpack Challenge, and hashtag forgotten few. Whether it's on a park bench or in a warehouse, we fall victim to becoming our societal projections, invisible, insecure, lost. How does one become fulfilled when they've never been full, when no one has poured into them, when you were born with a dry well in the middle of nowhere? It takes a kind, courageous, and adventurous heart and a selfless act of compassion, an act you have all been a part of this past few weeks. I ask, gnaw, I scream, I beat my chest, and I roar. Give yourself permission to be okay with the suffering, the dark side, because we wouldn't be here in this celebratory moment if it were not for all these indifferent acts. We are the community. This is your community, our community. This safe space for questioning and new reflections of you. No, I didn't have a father, but I had a tribe of role models. My immigrant family who rolled their sleeves up and took the American dream on how they wanted it. They stood strong together and pushed me to work harder and harder to make their minimums, to never make their minimums my maximums. Just as we stand here today with pride It's our jobs to come together to own that title, hashtag forgotten few, and be the role models for all our fellow brothers and sisters hidden amongst the many. So I ask, how will you stand tall? Will you become the receipt source for scrappy teacher in North Philly with no budget, but the fire inside you to make sure your students have an art class with art supplies and can grasp the idea of art as a concept? That thought leader in the diving into history of African-American culture and societal issues to help support activism, one rally, sit-in, and advocacy campaign at a time. That young face in the police academy, crushing the course to make sure you are the protectors of the future, holding your peers more accountable, sacrificing yourself to create change from the inside out. That real estate mogul, protecting the integrity of our communities and cultures across the nation and the world. That entrepreneur creating new waves in industries, pushing everyone around you to be better, faster, stronger, and creating a new economy. We are the lights for the kids. We must be the role models. We are the upper mobility. Hashtag savage. We are the forgotten few. Did not stop us now or ever. Today and forever, you will be respected.